Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and ladies and gentlemen of the House. I believe we've now arrived at our final outgoing member, and we've certainly worked to save this special recognition for last, because as the clock strikes midnight tonight, we will be saying farewell, a very fond farewell, to one of the great legislative leaders here in the state of Illinois. Jim Durkin has had a long and distinguished career serving the state of Illinois. We all know that Jim came from a large family. I've lost track of how many brothers Jim Durkin shared a bathroom with growing up as a young boy. But I've never lost track and never been reminded of the many times of his major triumphs as a basketball star at Fenwick High School. Especially that epic showdown with Isaiah Thomas back in the good old days. But it wasn't basketball that Jim chose to pursue. He had very noble pursuits as he worked to become an attorney. And what a great one he did become, serving as a prosecutor. Where was it, Jim? Down at 26th in California? And certainly a long and distinguished private practice. Jim has done so many things and has worked to amplify his leadership for the state of Illinois. He ran for U.S. Senate in 2002. That's the first time I ever heard of Jim Durkin as a young college Republican at the University of Illinois with a Jim Durkin for U.S. Senate bumper sticker on my very old car at that point. I didn't know that many years later I'd have a chance to meet the Jim Durkin live in person here as our House Republican leader. Jim Durkin has been many things, but above them all, he is a man of the House. And this House has been his home for a long time. In January 1995, Leader Durkin became a state representative in the 44th District. When he left that brief time to run statewide for U.S. Senate, he was returned to us in 2006, filling a vacancy and finishing now a 22-year distinguished career in the legislature. Jim will be remembered for his many achievements as a legislator, helping to lead the impeachment investigation of Rod Blagojevich, working to improve access to health care, especially in the field of diabetes, being both a strong advocate for criminal justice reform and a voice that was committed to improving public safety throughout the state of Illinois, working to make sure educational opportunities were improved for all children, working in dedicated fashion to develop and implement the Invest in Kids scholarship program. The list could go on, and as many of our other distinguished members, we certainly have resolutions to reflect these accomplishments in the record. But it is Jim's job, and what we will all remember him for in earnest over the last many years since 2013 as the leader of the House Republican Caucus. It will come as no surprise for you to hear that this is a tough job, a very tough job. As any legislative leader has, helping to lead and guide, protect, nurture, and grow his caucus. And I know that our caucus, this entire body, this entire state of Illinois, are all eternally grateful for the many years of hard work that Jim Durkin has put in. There is not a county, there is not a district, there is not a member, certainly on the Republican side, but also on the Democratic side, that Jim has not been there for you, working to help with you, to help improve your bills, to be a guiding force for good and improvement in the state of Illinois. Jim Durkin, a man of the House, a person that we will remember very fondly for his dedicated and outstanding service to the General Assembly, to this chamber, and especially to the great people of the state of Illinois. Please join me in recognizing our Republican leader, Jim Durkin.